almost every dentist we work with understands that reviews are important. You know they impact your rankings, you know patients look at them before choosing a practice, and you know they play a big role in bringing in new patients. So awareness isn't the issue is execution. We put teams through training, we show them exactly what to do, we give them the tool, and on paper, everything is set up properly. But what we see is that some practices take that and run with it, and others barely move. And the difference between those two groups is not the system, it's not the tool, it's not even the team. It always comes back to leadership. The practices that consistently grow their reviews are the ones where the dentist or the owner is actually involved, not in a way where they're doing everything themselves, but in a way where they're setting the tone and making it clear to the team that this matters. Because if the approach is just to tell the team, hey, take this course and start collecting Google reviews and then move on, it usually doesn't stick. And it's not because your team doesn't care, it's because they're busy. They've got patients coming in, phones ringing, schedules to manage, and a lot of moving parts throughout the day. So if reviews just feel like one more task on their long list of things to do, they're the first thing that's going to fall off their plate. That's why this has to be led from the top down. What we see working really well is when the dentist builds this into the culture of the practice. And it doesn't have to be anything complicated. Something as simple as a quick 5-minute stand-up meeting in the morning can completely change the way that this is approached. You bring the team together in the morning, ask a few simple questions. How many reviews were sent out yesterday? How many actually turned into reviews? What's the goal for today? The expectation is straightforward. Every happy patient gets asked, gets the link in real time, and that same process happens again the next day. Now it's not just a suggestion sitting in the background. It becomes something that's visible, something that's tracked, and something the team is thinking about consistently. Another thing that makes a big difference in showing your team where you stand compared to your competitors is when you can actually see that another practice nearby has significantly more reviews. It creates a different level of awareness. It's no longer abstract. There's a clear gap and a clear goal to work toward. Even something as simple as writing it up on a whiteboard in your office can go a long way. Put your number beside your competitor's number so it's visible to the team every day. Now it's not something they hear once and forget. It's right in front of them, and it naturally creates accountability and a bit of healthy competition. You can also layer in simple incentives. Setting a target and attaching a reward to it, even something modest, can help build momentum and get the team engaged. It gives them something tangible to work toward and makes the process feel a bit more rewarding. But one of the biggest factors, and probably the most important one, is leading by example. If you're the dentist and you're not using the tool yourself, it's very difficult to expect your team to consistently do it. When you take a moment after an appointment, open the review tool, and send a request while your patient is sitting in the chair, it does two things. It increases the likelihood that that patient actually leaves a review, and it shows your team that this is part of how the practice operates. Your hygienists are in the perfect position to do the same thing. The patient is already sitting there, the experience is fresh, and it's a natural moment to ask. When this becomes part of the workflow instead of an afterthought, that's when you start to see consistency. Because at the end of the day, this really isn't a marketing problem, it's a behavior problem. And behavior only changes when there is leadership behind it. You can have the best tools in place, the best training, and a clear strategy, but if no one is reinforcing it day to day, it doesn't translate into results. That's why some practices steadily grow their reviews month after month, while others stay stuck, even though they've been given the exact same system. It really comes down to one thing. Is the leader at the practice involved in setting the standard? Because wearing the leadership hat isn't about doing everything yourself. It's about making sure the right things actually get done and that your team understands the importance behind them. And when it comes to Google reviews, that's what ultimately drives success.